at the age of 19 called Asafura al-Hijab, Unveiling and Veiling. And just briefly in it, she takes on the sheikhs in a very powerful way. And her favorite person to attack is Sheikh Mustafa al-Ghalayani. He'd written a book in 1908, the year that she was born, called Lord Cromer and Islamic Civilization. And what she does is she picks up the way in which he is trying to target two audiences. On the one hand, he's trying to say to Lord Cromer, don't come to us with your mission civilisatrice. We're very progressive. Islam is a very progressive religion for women. The veil is part of Jahiliyyah or the pre-Islamic period. But then the next page he'll say, but in fact, the conditions today are such that women probably should cover and women probably should stay at home. Well, Nazira picks up the contradictions and writes in the most incredible way about the contradictions. And she says, do you have Alzheimer's? She didn't have that word at the time, but I mean, are you becoming senile at age 40 that you can't remember from one page to the next what it is that you're writing? And it's important to know about this because it's the way in which she then gets caught later. Remember, she's 19 and absolutely infuriated. Women, my dear sir, are more seductive when veiled and unavailable. And she talks about fitna. So as you know, fitna being both women's attractiveness and women's revolutionary, civil strife that's caused.
This problematic inversion questions the very intentionality of various cancer cures that either kill or produce mutilated bodies on the one hand, while also sustaining a compromised life expectancy on the other. As a breast cancer survivor herself, Akkad lives to document her ordeal, even though she's obliged to deal with the ongoing symptoms of fatigue, pain, and anxiety on a daily basis. She thereby bears witness to these daily assaults on the body through the documentation of her own cancer, thereby giving a private story public articulation. In a similar fashion, award-winning activist Aisha Shanna uses a testimonial narrative in Miseria Témoignage to give voice to the most disenfranchised segments of Moroccan society: defenseless street children, unwed mothers, petite bonne or underage maids, and the rural poor. Her text exposes a more social form of maternal wounding when society exploits and harms its most underprivileged and defenseless citizens through class-induced cruelty, patriarchal codes of morality, and differing standards of humanity. I position Akkad and Shanna as decolonial.
Her book, Women, Quotas and Politics, is the first global analysis of the use of gender quotas in politics, based on the research from all major regions in the world. She is a leader of Women in Politics Research Center, and lately, Drude has worked as a UNDP consultant on women's political empowerment in Sierra Leone and Cambodia. Drude will discuss how the gender quotas, controversial but still a trend in the globe, contribute to the empowerment of women. Thank you very much. So we're moving now to the public sphere.
Thank you, Chair, and many thanks to Naval and the organizers for inviting me to come here and talk about women in politics and special measures to increase women's political representation. As it was said here, I have, let me start by saying that I thought I would do research on quotas to get more women into politics for a couple of years. And that is many years ago. Because so many things are happening in this field. There's so much going on, and I'm editing a global website on all the quotas in the world, and it's a hard work updating this because, you know, every year lots of things are going on around the world. Also, as it was mentioned, I've just been a UNDP consultant to Sierra Leone and latest to Cambodia. Cambodia has put into the Millennium Development Goals that they want 30% women in parliament. And I was there to come up with recommendations because they more or less thought it would come by itself. And the Millennium Goal is, you know, 2015, so they only have one election. Could I please have a glass to have a water in?